Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. It's good to see you this morning, my friends, on the J Talk Morning Show. Welcome again. Hope my volume is up right. It sounds about right. Yesterday it was a little low key on my vocals, but anyway, it is so cool to have you here with me this morning. And I want to talk to you a little bit about today. A new book I just got. I pre-ordered it. It came in the mail yesterday. I'm so excited about it because I've been following this person for quite some time. Ever since she came on the stage at the John Maxwell annual or semi-annual event. And what an amazing lady. I've learned her story. I've listened to her story. I've just followed her. She's amazing. And so we're going to talk about, are you worthy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's kill the music. And okay, we don't ever want to kill the music. The music must live on. But right now, it's got to take a nap. All right, so welcome again. I'm Jay Goff with J Talk Morning Show. I'm your host. And let's make sure to get our cup of Joe with us as we get this day started. It is great. I love the weather that's happening in our country right now, and at least where I'm at. I mean, the folks, my goodness, on the West Coast, it's really scary out there. But here in the good old middle of the U.S. of A., we're looking at 70s today. 70s today. And I'm excited about that because, I'm going to be outside all day, and I like to be outside in that kind of weather, especially. It just makes it all the better. But anyway, I'm excited to share with you about this book. At first, I was going to talk about another topic, but as I was reading about this book and I was looking at it, I thought, oh my gosh, people need to know about this book, and they need to get the book and read the book and apply the book. And I'm all about personal life development, helping you believe in yourself. If you remember a few talks back, I talked about my basket case, right? I like calling it that, the basket case. No, the basket process, the philosophy of the basket, BASKET, acronym for believe, ask, seek, knock, expect, and take. That's the acronym for basket that I created to help people develop into what they want to develop, achieve what they want to achieve. And it's about being more confident in yourself to go out there and pursue those things. How many times are we held back by the lack of belief in ourselves? Well, I've always thought that, and I still believe that. But this lady I'm about to share with you brought it to a whole new level. Now, the J Talk Morning Show, I am going to be doing interviews. I am going to be having other people on, so you get to hear somebody else's voice for a change. If I can get this lady on, oh my gosh, I think we'd go through the roof. Okay, I think I may have to clean up a little behind me before I invite this lady into my podcast. So, but what amazing lady! So I'm going to show you the book. This is the book. If you don't have it, I want to encourage you, my friends, get it. Get it. All right. Get it. You get it? Good. Get it now. Jamie Kern Lima's book called Worthy, How to Believe You Are Enough and Transform Your Life. Sounds simple enough, right? And the process really is. I mean, it really is. You just got to change your mindset. I found throughout my time as a coach for the last 40 plus years, it's not a person's inability to achieve. It's their thinking, it's their mindset, it's the paradigm shifts that they need to rethink themselves, rethink their abilities, their possibilities, and the potential. And so this book is fantastic. Let me show you the author. If you don't know who she is, you need to find out who she is. So don't want to cover her face. Okay. And she's got an incredible story how she became the woman that she is, the multimillionaire in the cosmetic industry. Yeah, you've got to check that story out. So if you're inspired on now, look, guys, listen up, guys. Okay, she's awesome. She made billions in. I'm saying billions. It may be millions, but I'm pretty sure it's billions in the cosmetic industry. Okay. Don't let that keep you from learning more about this lady, her entrepreneurship, her business savvy, her motivation. Learn from this lady. Okay, men, just because I said cosmetics doesn't mean you can't learn something from her. All right. Ladies, you probably already know who she is. And if you don't, you need to know. Amazing. So I'm excited about the book. I'm excited to jump into it. Katrina and I are going to actually go through the book together. We kind of like to do that. We kind of slacked off. We started doing it, but we talked about this book here. We're going to go through it together and learn and grow. So I want to share some things with you. The one thing, probably right in the very opening, there was a quote she said that made me go, wow, 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 wow. And it changes the way you think about things. I love what I'm trying to think. Wayne Dyer said, and you've heard me say, Wayne Dyer said this, and I believe this. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change, right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. And so when I read her book, it kind of helped me this morning, kind of change the way I was looking at something, did make it different, made it better. It made it better. So, good morning to my girl, Missy. Hey, Melissa, it's good to see you on, sweetheart. It's something, ladies and gentlemen, my daughter, I'm glad to have you on this morning. And you need to get this book. You need to get it big time. It is phenomenal, and you'll be able to share it. In fact, what's so cool about this book, I'm going to show you real quick in the back. You remember when you used to go to the school library or the public library, and you used to have these cards in the back? Look at that. Now, it doesn't come out. It's actually printed on the page. But you share this Victory Lap Partner Library card. You share this from you. Now, she already signed it with her name, Jamie Kern Lima, to, and of course, I'm going to put my name, and then I'm going to put Katrina's name in it, and you put a date. So you can share this with someone else. Pass it on. We're probably not going to pass this on to anybody, folks. I'm just telling you now because this is going to definitely be in our library as a resource to go back and look at. But you get to do that. So get the book. Okay. All that talking, you know what that means? Java. Java for the J. Java for the jugulars. Okay. So here's the quote I want to share with you. And I wish I would have had the time this morning to have written this out, and I would have posted it on the video. But here's the quote. This is what Jamie Kern Lima said. She says, in life, and I want you to think about this, folks. I want you to think about this. Okay. Let this sink in. As I'm reading this to you, I want you to let it sink in. Okay. In life, you don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level. Okay. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? Get up. I want you to stand up because I want you to jump up when you hear this. Okay. When you hear this next part, I want you to jump up. In life, you don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level of your self-worth. I saw that, and it's like, forget the mic drop. Just drop the whole speaker, okay? This was so phenomenal. You don't rise to what you believe is possible. You fall to what you believe you're worthy of. I think that's the key difference there. We can believe we can achieve, but if we don't feel worthy of that, we can't. We can even have a vision. We can envision what we want to achieve, what we aspire to achieve. We can see it in our mind's eye. And I always believe if you can see it in your mind's eye, then you can make it a reality. But you got to believe in yourself. Well, now I know you got to up-level that. It's not just about believing in yourself. Do you feel worthy? Are you listening to the naysayer? She's got a beautiful poem in the back of the book that it's like 3 or 4 pages long. But it talks about that. It's a great poem. And poem. Some people say poem. I say poem. I don't know why. I don't know which is right, which is wrong. I don't care. Okay. So all you haters out there, okay, you say it. You do you. I do me. Okay. Potatoes. Okay. I like to say taters, totters. Okay. But she got this incredible poem in the back, and and so you'll want to definitely read that. But think about that. I'm going to read this again. Her quote in the book, Worthy. In life, you don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level of your self worth. You don't rise to what you believe is possible. You fall to what you believe you're worthy of. We all have greater worth than we believe we have. But it's who are we listening to? Whose voices? And I've talked about this before. I used to listen to voices that kept me held back for years. I'm saying years. Matter of fact, I'd say it's be safe to say decades, right? I was listening to the voices of what others would say or what others never said, but I might assume they would say. And even after these people had actually said these things that hold me back, I was the one repeating those words in my head, holding myself back. After people have long gone and left us, no longer a part of our life, we still hear what they said about us or to us that held us back. You got to stop and look at their lives. Where are they at now? Where are they at? Are they still shuffling along, looking down at the ground and kicking the dirt up and wondering why life's not all peachy? Why life isn't the way that they had hoped and dreamed it to be? Oh, it's not always about what we're doing or not doing. Sometimes it's about what others have instilled in us, have caused us to think, to believe about ourselves, that broke down that that sense of self-worth. Are you worthy? When I just love this book, but when I came to that realization years ago about my personal self-worth, whose stock was I buying into? Whose stock was I buying into? Was I buying into the stock, the investment of other people into my life that said, you're not good enough? You're not going to make it. You have made mistakes in the past. You'll always be the way you were. So why even try? Oh, I know. I knew you win. So there's no way you are going to be successful. I want to tell you, friends, if that's you, if that's you that's hearing those voices that you are telling yourself time and time and time again, and you're repeating the same disbelief in you that other people had, it's time to stop that. It's time to wake up. It's time to realize, you know what? Nobody knows my value, my worth more than God above. And God has great plans for you. God doesn't do mediocre. Look at the world. It's a beautiful world. Look at the universe. It's a beautiful universe. You know, what's going on in the world is chaos created by man themselves. Well, think about that. In your world, God created you for greatness, but you're allowing people, and I say men, I mean humans, men and women, okay? I know a lot of men and a lot of women that are that's like it's like they made it their life purpose to degrade you, to hold you back, to find everything wrong with you and never really see the beauty that God has created and designed in you. That's an issue that they face themselves each and every day. They don't want to be alone on the bottom when they see you climbing to the top. So they'd rather kick the rungs of the ladder out from under you and keep you back down on earth rather than them say, I'm going to follow that person that's climbing to the top. I'm going to pick up the breadcrumbs they're dropping down. And then I'm going to drop breadcrumbs with those behind me that want to climb up and increase and improve their lives. Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in your dreams, pursuing your dreams, whatever it may be, if it's in a career or it's in a dream you've always wanted to build. Like right now, I'm building a band. I'm scared squatless. I'm nervous about it. But I'm doing it because it's the grander vision and I believe in myself. I believe in the possibilities of and how we're going to be able to entertain and bring a great show. But I had to get a lot of voices out of my head. I had to stop repeating those voices that others were throwing at me. Sometimes we listen to the disbelief of others so much so that it becomes our belief system. We listen to the disbelief of others and it becomes our belief system in ourselves. And then we own that and we say, I'm not good enough. Says who? Well, I say, no, someone else said. Someone else sold you a bill of goods and you bought into it and said, I don't believe in me because I'm not worthy. I've made mistakes. I've done things I'm not proud of. Or I'm not as good as that person. We get stuck in that comparison gap that we talk about in the 15 laws of leadership. The comparison gap that holds a lot of people back. I'm not as good as. Well, guess what? That person that you may have named is not as good as the next person or not as good as this person. You know, some of the greatest musicians I've ever known would stop and say, oh my gosh, how did they do that? When they were looking at another musician. Because we all bring something to the table. We all bring skills, abilities, and talents that are unique specifically to us. Two people playing a guitar on the same song, following the same chart, are going to make that guitar sound different because it's their personal interpretation, their uniqueness of that instrument and their connectivity with that instrument and the music. It's going to be different. People can play Mozart, but they're not Mozart. They're not the creative genius behind it. They're emulators. There's only one Elvis Presley. I'm not the creative genius behind Elvis. Oh my goodness, no. I emulate. I impersonate. I perform as. I act as if. And then I bring my own sense of style and humor to the shows. There'll never be another Elvis. There's never ever going to be another you. Why not make you the best version that other people can say, you know, I want to be like that. I want to emulate that person. I want to follow what that person did. If you're struggling in life, if you're struggling and you're trying to get out of a hole that you're in, stop digging. Stop digging. Find a ladder. Start climbing the ladder. Those that will want to climb out the ladder with you, bring them along with you. You need a support team. Those that want to hold you back, that keep going back to their own life and they rather keep you back, walk away from them. Let me tell you something. If that's your friends, if that's your circle, okay, you need a new circle. If you expect this and dream of this, but you're hanging with this down here, you're hanging with people that want to keep you back. Let me tell you something. Proximity matters. I want you to put that word in your head. In fact, tattoo it in your mind right now. Proximity. Proximity. Proximity to the right people that you aspire to be more like. Proximity to the right environment that you aspire to create. Proximity to the right resources that you can soak off of and learn and grow from. Proximity matters. Who's in your proximity and whose proximity do you want to be in? You know, I talk about it in my spheres of circles, my spheres of influence. You know, I've got 3 circles of influence. And some people need to be evicted. There are some by personal invitation. There are some that are sitting outside waiting. There are some that need to be evicted. We have people in our inner circles that need to be evicted. And it's okay if you hurt their feelings. It's not about feelings in the present. It's about your future. It's about your future and the life you want to live, the life you want to lead, the people you want to impact and influence. People are watching you. People are following you. Are you worthy? Yes, you are. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If anybody tells you otherwise, well, they just got an eviction notice. It's that simple, folks. I've done it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You think you have these long-lasting friendships. Well, I can't break up with that person because, or I can't unfriend that person because, you know, and I'm not talking about social media unfriending, although that is a big part of it too. I have unfriended, blocked people because they just are very negative people. In fact, there's some that's on the chopping block right now. I'm just telling you. There are some negative people that's on the chopping block right now. I will add value and invest my time, efforts, energy, experience into people that want to take advantage of that and grow. and grow and become what you can become, what you should become. The world needs you to be better than you are. And when you get there, guess what? I love what I heard somebody say recently. At the top of every mountain that we reach, there's the bottom of the next mountain. You're constantly growing. Keep growing. Catherine, good morning to you, my friend. I'm talking about a great book right here. Okay. Jamie Kern Lima. I just got it in the mail. I love this. I've been following her for a while. She's incredible inspiration. If you don't know her, find her on YouTube at Jamie Kern Lima official on YouTube. Watch some of her videos. She's great. She's great. But get this book. So I'm talking about that. And so go back to the beginning of this. If you missed it, if you're coming in late on this, on the live, go back to the beginning on the recording. If you're watching this on the recording, on the platforms, either on the social media or the YouTube channel, save this, share this with others. They need to hear this. They need to get the book. They need to understand that they are worthy. You're worthy. Proximity matters. That's a big key point that I want to make right here that I'm bringing out to you. Proximity matters. Who you surround yourself with and what environment you're staying in completely. When you have a dream up here, but your proximity is on a level way down here, you need to increase that. You need to move that. And that means you're going to have to do some evictions. People have got to get out of your life. That's holding you back and holding you down and reminding you that you're not worthy. People that tell you you're not worthy, we had a great time. We had fun. Okay. You were a friend. Okay. But you're not really a friend when I need you to support me. So therefore, you're not really a friend. And I'm sorry, I don't have time in my life for certain people. And if you're unfriendly, then I'm going to unfriend thee. Okay. Ooh, that's a quote right there. You could throw that down. If you're unfriendly, I will unfriend thee. It's that simple, folks. You want to be successful in life. You want to be successful in relationships. You want to be successful in your business, in your dreams, and achieving that. You've got to get rid of the people who are holding you back, who are not supporting you, who aren't pushing you, who don't believe in you. Now, you need contrarians. I will say this. You need someone in your life that says, okay, have you thought about this? And they say the things that you don't want to hear, but yet at the same time, it's a constructive contrarian. In other words, they're helping you see things you don't normally see, because sometimes we get blinded by the light and what we want to achieve when we aren't looking at the other things to make that a possibility. So you want that kind of person, but you got to be discerning. Is this person being contrary to my benefit, or are they doing it because they want to hold me back? That's what you got to think about. Get the book, folks. One more time, I'm going to say the quote by Jamie Kern Lima. It's always hard for me to say her name. And then we're going to roll out, okay? She said, in life, you don't soar to the level of your hopes and dreams. You stay stuck at the level of your self-worth. You don't rise to what you believe is possible. You fall to what you believe you're worthy of. Oh, my gosh. Every time I say that, man, I get chills. That is a quote of the day. I'm going to contact her. I'm going to say, look, girl, you rock. You rock. Jamie Kern Lima, get the book right here. Yeah, I'm pushing it. Get it. Got it? Good. All right. One more sip. Catherine. Catherine, good morning to you, my friend. It's great to have you on. Let's see. You said, let me post it up there. When I started to change my life, I got rid of a lot of people. Huge. A big part of the program is to change people, places, and things. Right on, girl. Right on. Go you. Okay. And you're an influencer. That means they're following your lead. They're watching you, and you share your story with the ladies that you work with. That's inspiring. When you share your story, that inspires people. Say, hey, you know what? If you can share a story that says, me too, I know what you've been through, without saying, oh, you know what, me too, while they're sharing their experience. That's another thing people got to stop doing. When people are sharing their experience, you got to stop sharing your experience, okay? You got to say, oh, really? Okay, I understand. I get that. Be empathetic, but don't interject when you're in a role as a coach and or a counselor. It's all about that person at the time. But And Catherine, I know that you're amazing at what you're doing. So, but definitely that matters. We become who we surround ourselves with. We become what we surround ourselves with. We become what we allow into our lives, into our minds, our ears, our body, our spirit, our soul. We become that. If you don't like what you become, change the input. Change the input, right? That means people. There are people that's got to go. Guys, I went way over on this today because I'm passionate about this and I got to get out the door. I've got to get up and rock on out. So, thank you so much for being on this day. I hope that this inspired you. It totally inspired me. I came on energized. When I read that, I said, oh my gosh, I know what I'm talking about. Forget everything else. People need to know about this. People need to know about this book. All right, my friends. As always, make sure that if you need to contact me whatsoever for consulting, coaching, training, workshops, motivation, right down there, there's my website, there's email, and the phone number that you can text me at. If you do call, do leave a voicemail because I may not be able to answer at the time, especially if I don't know the number and it comes up possibly potential spam is what it says. I'm not going to answer, and I get a lot of those. Okay, so but I will call you back if it's legit. So be legit. Okay, are you worthy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my friends. Okay, so there we have it. So it's time for us to get up, get out, and get at it. Let's make this a great day because you know what, my friends? People are looking to you to inspire and impact them. You're worthy. You really are. Bye bye.